Today I'm taking a look at another one of Connecticut's dead malls. This is East Brook Mall in Mansfield, Connecticut. I've never been to this mall before, so I had to get all of my information off the internet. I don't have any personal memories of this place, but apparently it is Connecticut's smallest mall and the third smallest in all of New England. It's located about 2 or 3 minutes down the road from the Mansfield Drive-In and Flea Market, and it's also not too far from the University of Connecticut and stores. Size-wise, I'd say this is about half the size of the Enfield Square Mall in Enfield, Connecticut. The mall was built in 1975, and it originally had 3 anchor stores. It had Sage Allen, A&P Supermarkets, and Caldor. Now these entrances here, these glass ones, there's 2 of them on the front and 1 on the back. They were built in 2005, so those are fairly new additions to the mall. From what I can tell, the store that is now Old Navy used to be the Sage Allen originally, and then it became JCPenney, and then actually didn't become Old Navy until 2020, which is surprising to me that that would move in so recently. And the A&P was down there to the right where the TJ Maxx is currently. So now let's go inside and take a look at the actual mall. Now I filmed this on a Sunday afternoon, which generally I would think would be probably the busiest time for the mall, and it definitely was not busy, as you can see here. It was maybe a little bit more busy than the Enfield Square Mall, but not by much. Another unusual thing I saw here was these stores on the left all have openings into the parking lot as well, so they could honestly close off this mall area and most of those stores would still get business. It seems like most of the stores on the inside, on this side of the mall, are pretty much all closed for the most part. On the right here you do have a fitness center in one of these storefronts, but most of the other actual stores are closed. I wonder how old that candy is there in those vending machines. From what I've read, this section of the mall here was added in 1986. Coming up here on the right is a movie theater, the Mansfield Movieplex. This was actually added in 2004, so it's actually not that old. And it looks like it's doing all right. I mean, they're still getting first-run movies, but I would imagine there's probably not much competition in the area. It's nice to see they have an open arcade here. It's really not much of an arcade, especially compared to what they would have had in the 80s, I'm sure. It's mostly claw machines, except for a handful of actual video games. And so let's take a look inside some of the closed storefronts here. So this is an old jewelry store, which I almost passed by, but decided not to. Now, I have no idea how long these stores on the inside of the mall have been closed. I wasn't really able to find anything online telling me that. So if anybody knows the history, the timeline of when everything closed, let me know. That there on the right used to be a barber shop, apparently, or a hair salon. Not sure what they're doing there with all the tape set up. And that's surprising, a GNC is closed. Usually the GNC will be one of the last remaining stores open at a dead mall. So I would guess this probably closed fairly recently. There's the Beltone store, that's closed. This was a Claire's, it's closed. This is Frogbridge and Ninja. It looks like it's half gymnastics and half, I guess, ninja / karate training, apparently. It looks like it's open. This was Home Kitchen. I don't know what that is. I'm guessing it was like a home goods type store. Closed. Whatever this was, the sign's gone, so I have no idea. And I can't really tell by looking in there what that was. Probably a clothing store of some sort. And here's another closed storefront. No name on it. I don't know what was in here, but it looks like they're using it for like a training room now, apparently. Straight ahead is Kohl's, obviously. And that originally was the Caldor store, and then it eventually became Ames in, I think, 1999, and then Ames closed in 2002, and then Kohl's moved in 2006. So let's take a quick walk around the side of the building and see what it looks like, see how it's holding up compared to, say, like the Enfield Square Mall. So right away, I'd say this building is being kept up much better than the Enfield Square Mall. Enfield Square is falling apart on the outside. This looks fairly well maintained. The grass is all nicely cut. Pieces of the brickwork are not falling down, unlike at Enfield Square Mall. And even the loading zone in the back here is in much better condition than it is in Enfield. When you're walking around the Enfield Square Mall, even though it's open, it looks very much abandoned, whereas this does not. So I think this mall probably has a little bit more life left in it than the Enfield Square Mall does. Now, the structure you see straight ahead and going off to the left there, that is actually the entrance to the movie theater. And then coming up here on the right, this area with the green roof and the glass is the third entrance, official entrance to the mall area. You can actually get into the mall through the movie theater, as far as I can tell, but this is the actual official rear entrance. I believe these wagon type things here on the left used to be kiosks that were set up in the mall, but as you can see, nobody has kiosks set up in here anymore. I'm sure they wouldn't get any business if they were set up. I love these mall kiddie ride things. These look fairly new. I'm guessing they're within the last 20 years. And I'll bet you somebody would be willing to pay quite a bit for that Spider-Man one there. So I had to put the camera away at this point just because it seemed like the security guard would have seen me if I was walking by with that camera. But I made it by. So I would say if you come out here to do any filming, I would try to be very inconspicuous. I would say do not hold a big camera in your hand and be talking to yourself, because you'll probably get kicked out. I would say get a small camera and don't wave it around, and you'll probably be okay. And to wrap up the video, I figured I'd take a look at the back side of the mall here. You can see we have a very large empty parking lot. So I think this is a pretty good indication of how busy this place used to be and how completely dead it is at this point. And then coming up here on the left is the movie theater that we saw from inside the mall. And I don't know about you, but I think that marquee there, the movie entrance, is very classic. It brings back a lot of memories to me because I don't see that type of entrance too often anymore. So that's pretty cool. And there you have it. That's the East Brook Mall in Mansfield, Connecticut. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. I do plan to have more videos like this in the future, so I'll see you next time.